A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can do that for all the primary colours. We got red, blue, green, blue. Yeah, you could. That would be.
Actually, maybe we'll chuck him on the ship. We'll chuck him on the ship.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Screenplay Podcast, the show all about video games and movies. I'm joined as ever by my boys Rubes and Nick. How are we, lads?
Good, yeah, man. Not bad, man. I have a question for you.
Go on, hit me.
So I was like, with like Minecraft, right? Kind of smashed the box office recently.
Yeah.
And Mario obviously getting, I think it's called 1.4 billion or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
And obviously Last of Us smashing it, Fallout smashed it recently. How come like video game IPs are like such hot property? What's happened? Because back in the day we used to get some absolute bollock.
Yeah, I think...
Great question.
Well, internet culture definitely changes it all, right? Because people are going mad for this chicken jockey, right? Minecraft shit. Have you seen these videos? People going insane in cinemas.
I'm so into it. And was it I Am Steve?
Yeah. So I think that definitely helped. But I think simultaneously, through the 90s, we've got so many bad game films that they started to actually give them a little bit more respect and not insult the actual audience, that maybe they're doing okay.
I also think sorry. No, you were speaking.
No, go for it.
So civilized.
Okay, thank you. I think it's like weirdly secular. I think like we had 10 to 15 to 20 years in superhero films. They seem to be vehemently on the way out. And I wonder if we're going to get 10 to 15 years of IP mining.
I was literally just about to say that exact same thing.
Yeah, there you go. Great minds, bro. Great minds.
But don't you think that Disney are in a bit of a pickle here because they don't really have any video game IPs, do they?
No, and I hope they don't.
Epic Mickey, the painting game.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
could work. Yeah, it could work.
Well, technically, they've got Marvel under their umbrella, right? So anything Marvel has a knock-on effect for them, right?
Yeah, but I think people are just bored of like superhero stuff. I think that's coming to an end.
Yeah, true. You're getting the fatigue now, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Stuff seems quite popular right now.
Yeah. But again, I do think it is the fact that they are showing respect to some of the IPs now, because if you remember when the very first Sonic film came out, what Sonic looked like, and people went crazy with how bad it looked, and then they changed it, made it look like the game. People were happy.
Yeah.
So just respect what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, and a good alchemy of like getting good talent on board. I mean, like Sonic, I've not watched the films, but I do know the highlight of them is apparently Jim Carrey. He's like the main, as good as Sonic is. He's a great antagonist. Apparently, he's always chewing up the scenery as he does. So what you've done there for a whole new generation of like kids. So in the 90s, we were getting, what was it, like Liar Liar and all those sorts of films with him. What was he? The Ace Ventura and all that.
Ace Ventura, Mask.
Yeah, amazing. So we had that, and now the kids are getting it again, but with a video game character thrown in to keep it interesting for them. It kind of works. And like The Last of Us, I'm just so glad that worked out all right. Are you guys watching the new season?
Is it out? The second season?
I think 1 or 2 episodes are out.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll wait for a binge. Let more come out, and then.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that, but I mean, glad it's doing well again. A-list talent, proper money.
Yeah.
Why not?
Fallout was pretty good. I think
Fallout was good. Yeah.
Witcher.
When will it end?
Well, Borderlands got pretty pants reviews.
Yeah. There's always going to be shit, right? Even like Eli Roth, I think he hated it, right? I heard
really.
They're shit in a different way, though, aren't they? They're shit in a different way. Like the Mario Brothers 80s movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, whatever his name is. That is just shit in like just a bad film kind of way. Whereas this is shit in like it has all the money, it has all the look and the stars, but it just isn't a good story or an interesting film. Yeah. So they're getting better whilst sometimes still being bad. Which is weird. Like I wonder if this naturally segues, bro, into Act 1 of this episode. Again, there's no actual drama to this because it'll be in the title of the episode. Yeah. But Act 1, do you want to tell the audience what you're going to be pitching today?
Yep. A movie that used to be, a game that used to be called Space Mafia turned into Among Us. Gary, why don't you tell people what Among Us is about?
Among Us, we're getting a little sus here. Among Us is a wildly popular online multiplayer game developed by a studio called Innersloth, an indie studio, first released in 2018, which feels like only yesterday, but it's actually 7 years ago. My. Set on a spaceship, players take on the role of crewmates trying to complete tasks while one or more are imposters, and they basically have to secretly sabotage and murder their way to victory. It's a bit like the Traitors TV show, where someone's in there trying to screw it all up. It's a mix of deception, chaotic accusations, no real main characters, so I'll be intrigued to see what you do with it. Just color-coded astronauts and a lot of trust issues. It's led to a lot of memes, and it's become a cultural phenomenon. So, Rubel, do you want to give us your pitch?
Well,
actually, should we talk about it first?
Yeah. Because I was going to say, like, I find it surprising we don't actually play this because we always game together, right? Multiplayer, online stuff. But why do we not play this game? Because it's great. Like, it's really fun when you play online.
I don't know. I got it on the Switch.
You got it?
Yeah, I was ready to go. I think I played it like once, and because I didn't know anyone else that I was playing with. Didn't hit the same. I feel like I need a crew. I need people to do this. You know?
Yeah. You know what? Actually fucked up. I'm being really honest. And it's a stupid reason. I remember it came out. I remember the Sidemen, KSI's YouTube thing. I didn't watch the channel, but like they were playing it and I would always see it and it would pop up sometimes in like little videos. They were playing it, they were calling each other sussy and all that sort of stuff. And then my mates were like, we should play it. And they were like, it's free on the phone, get it on the phone. And then Nick, you got it on the Switch. And I was like, well, I'd rather play it on that. And then it was like £3.50 on the Switch, but free on the phone. And I was like, thinking about it now, if it was just free everywhere or £3.50 everywhere, I'd have bought it on the Switch. But knowing certain people getting it for free on certain platforms, for some reason made me think, oh, I'll hold out for this one. And it never dropped. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
fair enough.
Yeah. I suffered some racism on that game. So I was playing on my phone. And mostly when I play, I'm the engineer on, the crewmates. The one time I got to be the fucking, what's his name? The imposter. And I was the black one. And then game started, I followed some guy, he was in a room by himself, juked him up, hid an event. I was like, I got away with this. And then, someone hit the alarm and everyone has to say who they think did it. Literally, everyone was like, it must be the black guy, it's a crime. If it's a crime, it's the black guy. And I was just like, actual racism. Yeah, and I was just like, typed, guys, this is racist. And then a second later, it's like, you've been booted out. I was like, fuck this game. I didn't play it for a while, but then, I jumped back in.
That is weird though. I mean, like, not only is that weird and like bad, but like when you're not playing with friends, it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah. It's not as fun. And that's why I'm like, I kind of wish we played it. You can see how
we could. Yeah, we could.
Because can you talk to each other on the mobile version? During those intervals where we're like, I saw someone do something, or is it only?
I think you can type, but it's a tiny little thing. It doesn't work on the mobile that well.
Oh, right. And you only have a few seconds to do it. So on the Switch, can you talk to each other?
No, I think that's what I was going to say. Like, you can't do that, and I presumed that you could on the phone for some reason. I have no idea why, but
how do you communicate who you think's the imposter?
So you can quickly type stuff like, I saw this person do that. I saw that
on the Switch.
Like a minute.
The keyboard will come up. Obviously, you got to type it with your controller. It's not that great.
Oh, that is ass. That is so not good.
I suppose if you played it in handheld mode, maybe it would work that way. But I never play handheld. I always play on TV. So
that would actually work in handheld. Yeah. Interesting. I have played a few games of it. I think I did it on the mobile with some friends and stuff. The novelty wore off quick. I can imagine if you were at school though and with your mates and stuff, it would be really funny. It is. It's essentially a glorified parlor game, isn't it? It's like a wink murder kind of game. Yeah.
I think we should give it a go after this.
Yeah,
depending on how this
I'll play with it. Yeah. Maybe we'll record it, stream it.
Maybe that's why Rubel chose this. It was quite when he said it was going to be Among Us. I was like, of all things.
Yeah,
no, I know why he wants us to play. And he's like, come on.
Yeah. I like it though. I like it. It's considering because it's a blank slate, really. So you could really. It's like the Barbie movie. It's like, we know there's the toys, but then what is the rest of it? And it's the same with this. We know there's some mascots, but then what? So I guess you should come into the lift, bro. Let's open the doors. Should we have some lift music? Nick, do you want to provide it? Hey, how are you? What's your name? I'm talking to you, the guy with the big cap on.
Yeah.
That cap looks like 80% bigger than your head, by the way. I don't know if it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, you're going for a skater boy look today, I have to say.
No, it's because I cut my hair in it.
Did you?
So,
can we see?
Really fluffy.
Oh, it looks nice. Looks nice, man.
It's really fluffy, so I'm just want to put it under a cap.
That's great. Yeah. Nice. Okay, thank you for stepping into the elevator. Would you like to pitch us?
So
your film.
Yeah, I've got a 2-sentence of what the story would be, right? So would this entice you, right? Trapped on a malfunctioning spaceship, a group of incompetent crewmates must restore their only means of getting back to Earth while surviving against shape-shifting imposters intent on killing them one by one.
Nice. Oh, you've kind of got a sci-fi edge here. You've gone for like a shape-shifting demon thing.
It would be like The Thing, right? But imagine The Thing meets Superbad, like an R-rated comedy.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
So who are your comedic actors here?
Yeah. So I'd put in my boy Jonah Hill, who obviously led my favorite ever comedy film. You can guess what that is.
Superbad?
I've heard he's super unlikable though.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, I've heard he's an awful man.
Oh, don't say that.
Have you not seen McLovin? McLovin talking about how he said to Seth and the other guy who made Superbad to not employ Christopher Mintz-Plasse. He was have you not seen it? Yeah. He was like, they read a script together and the way Christopher tells it, he was getting so many laughs and stuff and like getting real huge belly laughs from Seth and stuff. And it was he never acted before and he could tell it was pissing Jonah off because Jonah wasn't getting the laughs and Jonah was a professional actor. And so at the end of it, Christopher walked out and then he was like, whatever you do, anyone we've read with today, just not that Christopher Mintz-Plasse guy, just do not hire him. I cannot work with him. And it was for that reason they were like, that's exactly the guy we have to pick for McLovin then because he needs to piss you off that much. And so apparently that's how he got it. But weirdly, him being a little bitch helped this guy get the role.
That's a shame. I quite like Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
I've not heard good stories, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, he's in it.
Brilliant.
And then we've got so trying to hit some diversity boxes here. Awkwafina and Ali Wong. I think they're both pretty funny. I think Awkwafina could have been really funny. She could have been the female Jonah Hill, but she's just been shoved down our throats too much.
I don't know. I find her a bit annoying. I prefer Ali Wong. Yeah,
sounds unbearable.
Well, they're both in it. But hang on, now it gets good, right? I got my boy Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's going to be the black guy, right? He's going to be the black suit.
I almost knew he was going to have Kevin Hart in it. I always knew.
Of course, why not, right? And then I've got two more older gentlemen.
I know exactly who's coming up.
One will be obviously Nick Cage, greatest actor of all time.
Your favorite actor.
Favorite actor, Oscar-winning actor. Let's not forget that. He won the Oscar before DiCaprio. Everyone loves DiCaprio, but Nick Cage won it first. And then I was kind of stuck on the last one. I wasn't sure. Yeah. I was thinking either Sly Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who would you pick?
Is this a live action or is this an animation? Did you say
live action?
This is live action. And they're going to be. Are they going to be in their suits the whole time? Do we ever see their face?
They'll have the little visor.
You're going to do them. You're going to marvel it and have them take their hats off for no reason every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are these like proper? Okay. Are these going to be like a Power Ranger kind of like zoot suit looking things, or are these going to be like big like Marvel budget?
No. It would be like puffy suits, like lower budget than Marvel.
Oh, so it would stick to their bodies. Like it would stick.
Yeah, because you remember these guys are like idiots, right? Like at the beginning of the movie, they're like really smart. Then the plane crashes, whatever happens, and they wake up. They're all like the IQ has dropped loads. And then so it's kind of live action, loads of R-rated comedy. But like Arnie and Sly, it's kind of hard to, like which one do you go for? Like, I don't know. I maybe I'd say Schwarzenegger. Like,
hang on, we're in Act 2 here, right? You'll need to pitch. We're not in Act 3. We can't chime in yet, right?
No,
you can ask me what you want.
Questions. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I was just making sure the format of the show is the same. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, we have questions.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
What's the rating?
18.
Okay.
18 rated. But like you can imagine the trailer being really cool, be really funny, out in space. You get a shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying like, "Get the imposter, how?" Like,
I think Arnie.
I would say
yeah.
Get to the chopper. What chopper?
The chopper.
No, get the imposter.
Yeah. So
directed by Seth MacFarlane. I think he
man.
Okay. I mean, he's
Family Guy.
One film, isn't he? What was that Western thing he's in?
Ted. He did Ted.
Million Ways.
I don't think he directed that.
That's it. Million Ways. Yeah.
That's it,
I think he did. Did he not direct Ted?
No, I think he wrote it.
Yeah. Oh, let's have a look. Ted movie was directed by the one, the only Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, he did it.
Oh, did he direct it?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very... It's Family Guy, though, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't matter what he does. It's Family Guy humor. Full stop.
Yeah.
So
with Nick Cage and Arnie.
Yeah.
And Aquafina.
And Ali Wong.
The chemistry's off the charts.
Yeah.
I mean, Schwarzenegger and Cage will bring in a big audience, bring in some acting muscle.
Right.
Yeah.
Take us through the film a little bit more then. How do we eke out 90 minutes?
Yeah.
So, like, you begin, they're all super smart, they're on the plane crashes, they wake up, they're thick as shit. And then they get a distress message from Nick Cage. He's not one of the crew members.
Right.
He'd be like, giving a message, he's like, there's an alien there, it can shapeshift, it can take over any one of you, you don't know who it is. And then one of them dies, the rest of them are like, oh, who the fuck was it? And then they have to kind of vote who they think it is and why. And then they kind of have to cut that person to see their blood or whatever. And it's like that.
How do they know the shapeshifters? Who tells them?
So they get a distress message from Earth, and they're like, an alien's entered your ship. Obviously, there'd be other actors there. It wouldn't just be these lot. There'd be a few more crew members, but like lesser known cast. And then like instead of a big action scene, you'd have a scene, kind of like a tense scene where they're trying to figure out who it was. So like, for example, at the beginning, they could be like, you know, they all think it's Kevin Hart, and he's just like, what the fuck? Killing the black guy. Right. And they're like, well, no, we've all turned dumb. You've stayed dumb.
Oh, that's funny. So you do a meta joke where they blame Kevin Hart and then...
Yeah, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's
like, have you ever seen an R-rated sci-fi comedy? I think it would work.
I've seen sci-fi comedy. Don't know if it was R-rated.
You got Men in Black.
Yeah, and you've got the Galaxy Quest as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was good. I've seen Prometheus. That was kind of hilarious. But not meant to be. No, I like it. Okay. It's got some legs. So then what happens in the sort of second act of your movie?
So I think once it kind of gets down to like 3 people left, obviously they kill them every now and then, right? Because they think that's the next shapeshifter. They kill them and then that person isn't it. And eventually there's 3 left. You kind of have to figure out who it is. Obviously, we'll have like Schwarzenegger, Kevin Hart, and Jonah Hill maybe, and them 3 still surviving. And then a fight scene breaks out. Nick Cage is on Earth. He's the one that's kind of like the captain on Earth.
Why is he on Earth and everyone else is in space?
Because you can't have like Nick Cage is an older gentleman now, isn't it? Like you can't really do any action scenes. You're not going to have him
on the ship.
No. Like so, initially I was gonna have him, but I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, Nick Cage, too much testosterone in one place, man. Like,
oh man, no, it's a perfect place for Crazy Cage. You know when he does that, like, ship. Is it Kiss of a Vampire? He's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Put in the right file according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
You can do that for all the primary colours. We got red, blue, green, blue. Yeah, that would be...
Actually, maybe we'll chuck him on the ship. We'll get Jeff Bridges to be the guy on Earth.
No offense, you made me think of Christopher Walken then. I thought he was going to come in.
Can we have Christopher Walken? Well, you know, it's me. The pilot. Yeah. What the fuck? Just get all the old men. Just all the old men. That'd be great.
Actors were so much better in our time, weren't they?
Oh,
it feels that way, yeah.
If you said, Chris Walken, Nick Cage, Stallone, all this sort of stuff, and then you said like Aquafina, Ali, I'll be like, oh god, I know why they're in there.
Yeah, because when I was thinking about Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do a Mount Rushmore of Schwarzenegger, Stallone movies to kind of see who should be in it. They're fucking great films. You know what I mean? They got Predator, Terminator 2, like Demolition Man, Rocky, like they're so good.
Yeah,
yeah. What's that one he's in as well, Arnie? Is it Last Action Hero or something like that?
Last Action Hero, Total Recall.
Yeah.
True Lies.
That's a bit of a comedy, isn't it? Last Action Hero one. So
that's a great one.
Your film. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. No, I think it'd be great. Yeah, and he's kind of having a resurgence. His son was in White Lotus. I don't know if you watched it. But he looks just like his dad.
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, very good. But he's got a normal accent. So it's weird. You expect him to open his mouth and it'd be like, duh. It's actually... Sorry, I don't mean that's just that offensive. It just it's my impression. But yeah, he actually sounds like a sort of high school jock. Like, it's weird. Yeah. But he's got good semen, has Arnie. He's got a good child. Anyway,
imagine sex scene with Arnie.
This this is super sus sex, yeah. Yeah. Do they say things like sus? Do you lean into the meme culture of the thing? Is that do the memes feature?
You have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Going to Act 3. I think that's my pitch.
So what's your chicken jockey moment for the cinema?
Yeah. Good question.
Oof. I mean, it'd have to be lines from Arnie, right? You'd have, if he's in it, you'd sell it around him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of one for you, like, there's only 9 of us. Make that 9 of sus. I don't know. Is there something like that? Something absolutely lame. I had a question about what's your budget and who's the soundtrack? Who does the soundtrack? And does it have any tits in it?
I'm
that kind of producer.
Mr. Weinstein.
Tits. He's a bit older these days.
Nice.
Budget, I think it would be pretty low budget, right? I mean, most of the budget would go on that cast, but beyond that, like, it's all in the spaceship. Like, it's sci-fi, but it's all inside the spaceship. I don't think it would cost that much to make. Although you probably have to pay Schwarzenegger a pretty penny to get in. Soundtrack, I didn't really think about soundtrack on this. Are you
going to use contemporary music? Is it going to be like,
so. Yeah, you'd have to, right?
You're going to use like ELO, Jeff Lynne and all that sort of stuff. And do you know who that is? Your eyes look blank at me. He's like Mr. Blue Sky, sweet talking woman. He's kind of like the sort of music that you'd see in all these like, modern space comedies.
There was a music supervisor job going on the film. You can have it.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Thank you.
Make me famous, you see.
Somehow I think this is going to get greenlit now.
Wait, I've got a couple more questions. I said, how would you advertise it?
Well, you'd advertise it as what it is, R-rated space comedy. I don't think there's many of them. I think that there's appetite for space sci-fi films. Like plenty have done well in the past. There's an appetite for comedy. So I can't see why it wouldn't work.
I'm thinking logistics here. Excuse me, Mark, because my studio. Mine and Nick's studio hasn't been successful as of late. So we're going to believe in you. Kids like games. 18-year-olds and plus. What if there's a 40-year-old man? Bloody go cinema on Friday. What's on? Among Us. Oh, it sounds good. Oh, it's got Aquafina in it and bloody, Jason Momoas and all. You can stick them up in your chuff. So what's going to make an older man or woman go and see this movie with these young stars?
Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. What do you think?
Yeah. Do you know any generational? Okay. So you're quite cynical then. You're going for every age bracket to tick off every...
Pretty much, but because I know it's a game, but I think a lot of people that play Among Us are not that young. Young kids like Fortnite and stuff like that, right?
Roblox, Minecraft,
exactly. When you get a bit older, because I think Among Us was like the old werewolf mafia kind of games, right? They were from a long time ago, so I think it would be an older crowd that enjoy that. And there's a reason why it got popular during lockdown rather than when it came out, because older people couldn't go out. So
could we have a scene in it where a space dog, comes up and bites like Arnie? No, bites Aquafina like near her groin, and then Arnie's like, "Stick a finger up his ass," and then they have to finger a space dog's ass.
Get to the finger.
Get on the knuckle. We didn't actually have enough time last week to chat about this, but Nick, your story was mad. That actually a neighbour would say, "Stick a finger up its ass" to you.
Yeah.
Like a grown man. How old were you when that happened? The dog incident?
20?
Was the neighbour filming by any chance?
No.
Finger up your ass, Nick.
Why are they wanking? Quick, fingers up. All right, love her. Yeah. That's so. And just mad you have to do that, and you have to squeeze a dog until it let go.
Oh no! By the neck. For anyone that missed last week's episode, I didn't squeeze it by the arsehole.
That is a story we just glossed over, but it's actually a mad story that you had to do that, and that you had a story, an anecdote for that thing.
A dribble story,
All right. Anyway, okay. Well, let's move into Act 3, which is would we greenlight it? So, Nick, what do you think? We got this young kid here in the lift. They don't say lift, do they? Elevator.
Elevator.
He's got a cap on. He's drinking a Red Bull. I like his. He's got spunk. You know, he's got moxie. Huh?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Nick?
I think it's got a chance if he leans into the meme culture stuff and he advertises it in the right places online. I think it's got a chance. I think it can make some dosh.
Okay.
I'm
going to tell you where I am. I was ready to not greenlight this production from the minute you started listing the cast, starting with Seth, what's his name? Jonah Hill. Then, working your way down to Ali Wong and stuff. And then there was a point in your pitch where you said one by one they get killed. And I thought, actually, I would like to see that. I would like to see some good actors and some annoying actors slowly get killed. And then if we whittle it down to, I don't know, Arnie and Nick Cage.
Yeah, everyone love it.
I kind of think that's a weird meta, like, fuck you to the kids, but while still embracing everything that makes the kids' game interesting. So I actually think I'd love to watch that. And good jokes in it and good memes.
Live and die comedy. You got to get a good writer on it.
I'd greenlight it. I would greenlight this one. But
we need 2
votes. We need 2 votes. Did Nick greenlight it as well?
Yep, I'll give you the green light.
Holy fuck, we've got our first. I thought it was going to be way harder to get a green light in this game.
Maybe as time goes on, it will be, but.
Okay. We never know how many we're going to green light. So, Rubel, I should take this as you should be proud. And we'll start a Hall of Fame.
On our slate.
First film on the slate. What should our studio be called? We need to come up with a fictional studio. Maybe you guys could all help us, email us and get involved and come up with a name for our studio. So one day we can have a whole roster A24 style of just shit films that we're just pumping out.
So, are we going to keep a list as well, a tally of what didn't get greenlit and what did? Yeah,
I think so. What the studio rejected.
Reference it as time goes on.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I can't wait for the actual Zelda film trailer to come out and compare it to the
what Gaz did.
We pitched.
And then when we go and see it, and we should all go and see it together,
absolutely,
come back and say, actually, Gaz, yours would have been way better.
Yeah, I have a feeling I will be saying it. Yeah.
You want to see Paul Giamatti as Ganondorf Giamatti. Okay, well, congratulations, Rubes. You fucking did it, bro. Well done.
Yeah.
Get out the lift and go and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be in touch. Okay. Nice one. Good kid. Real cute kid. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Screenplay Podcast. If you would like to get involved and email us, you can do so at thescreenplaypodcast@gmail.com. Or if email is too retro for you can follow us on socials. Links are in the description. For more episodes, you can listen to the audio versions on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts, or come and see our faces and watch the video version on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Cheers, guys, and peace.